All right,
Hi.
welcome everyone back to our podcast show.
After a very long weekend.
You want to start with the wedding or?
Let's start with the wedding.
Okay, so the wedding has happened. How was it? How was your experience? What did you take away from the experience? What could you have done without? All of those things.
I feel blessed and highly favored because it wasn't a bachelor party and I didn't have to do the second line dance into the reception. Mm. But
That's so extra.
what? The whole bachelor party and the whole dancing and everything was a major thing for me, and it was told to me.
Were you like nervous about that? Like,
I'm nervous about it because I know my brother. Oh, the way it's set up is my brother's an extrovert, my father's an ambivert, I'm an introvert in comparison to everybody else.
mhm.
So going to a bachelor party with a bunch of Florida strippers, because apparently down south it's a whole different ball game. Not my
It's a
taste.
different type of stripper.
Well, I don't know, because I just keep hearing that how things are done south of the Mason Dixon line, how things are done up here when it comes to that type of stuff is a whole different ball game.
Mm. Did you at all enjoy yourself?
My brother enjoyed himself, and so did my new sister.
No, I said, did you at all enjoy yourself at any point during this experience?
I talked shit with a few people, mostly my brother's mother, but outside of that, it was just me doing as I was asked slash told.
That does not answer the question. At any point during the experience, did you enjoy yourself? Or did you just spend money to go make everybody else happy?
I always had to spend money in terms of the suit, which made me look like a temptation.
I love the Temptations, especially David Ruffin.
I know I didn't look nothing like David Ruffin. I looked more like one of the people that replaced them in the '90s. Um,
This is the newer Temptation.
yeah, hold up.
The
My
Tempted.
my coworker said I look like somebody from the Five Heartbeats.
Ah, that's
They said I
fucking
look like Eddie
hilarious.
Kane Jr., whoever that
Oh
is.
no, not Eddie Kane.
I don't
That's
know.
hilarious. Did you?
Did I what?
So what was your overall takeaway from the wedding this weekend? From your weekend journey, what was your overall takeaway? Were you just happy to be back? You happy that it's over? Did you at least get to enjoy some of the warm weather? Like,
No, cause I was sweating on the back of my neck. I was like, this is weird. It's February.
yo,
Why am I?
you are the most unsatisfied person I think I've ever encountered.
But let's remember
Like
that,
you like a dark cloud. Find so much comfort in the dark cloud that you look for it in everything.
bruh. It was a nice wedding. They got the peacock around. Yeah, is that good? Silver lining in the dark cloud.
Listen, you just want the dark cloud.
It's
That's
not that. It's not that.
I think it's just the comfort thing. Maybe like you got so used to having the dark cloud or so comfortable with the dark cloud that you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. This is if there's no dark cloud, then this can't be right at all. Like this is wrong.
That is not true. Because if that was true, all I learned to do with people I'm friends with is argue all the time.
No, no. But I don't it's very seldom that I hear you go out and have something positive to say about the experience.
I say positive things about experiences.
Mm,
I'm
do
balanced
you?
about it. Yeah, the speed dating, flying date, whatever thing was. I didn't say all.
Yeah, but overall, I overall it seemed like well, no, that you clouded that from the moment you got there.
I can't have a moment where I'm anxious and nothing. This is
No, you can have moments where you're anxious and whatnot, but you had already kind of set your intentions for that night. You already once you seen that you was one of the first people there and people were late, you were like, oh yeah, nah, mm-mm. this is gonna be this is gonna be this, and then from there it was just like pretty much that. Like you
No,
pretty
it
much
wasn't.
said,
And I was
yeah,
very
no, it was outside of
supportive.
that one girl that read you that made you feel that made you feel seen. Outside of that, you yeah, you wasn't really you ain't really expressed having too much of a joyous time there.
I had decent conversations with the other girls,
I'm
woman.
pretty sure you did. I'm pretty sure you did, but I feel like you walked in there with the dark cloud in your pocket. Maybe not your front pocket, maybe your back pocket, just in case. You put it next to your wallet.
Put it with my ID in case I have to bring it out.
Yeah, just in case. Like, as the second that somebody was like, "Yeah, you know, I had a troubled childhood," you was like, "Hold on, I got a cloud for that." I got a cloud for that one. I know exactly what to do here. You got an umbrella, might get a little gray. um, but outside of that, yeah, you do kind of like take more of the I don't want to say pessimistic approach. Oh, that's a nice card because it's not always pessimistic. Sometimes, I went right into where I wasn't supposed to be. Sometimes it's just like it makes you like as the listener, I just kind of be like, did he want to do this? Like you know what I'm saying? Like you'll talk about something that you're interested in for the future, and then like you'll talk about your ways of getting to it or your thoughts surrounding it, and it'd be like, nigga don't really want this shit. I think he just think he want it.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, it's so we all go through moments like that where we, think we want something until we realize like the shit around it. We just kind of be like, that's a headache. Yes, I want it, but I'm not gonna go after it because I don't want the drama to come with it.
I'll put it to you this way. I enjoyed the work that had to be gone into getting the wedding set up.
Mm.
Does that count?
I mean, there was joy in your sentence, so
See, there you go. As for the whole reception social thing, I was just like,
those
I,
be the best parts. I hate the actual wedding. I don't want to sit through the I love yous and shit like that. I'll come in dancing and sit me next to the buffet.
we had an open bar. That was fun.
Open bars are always fun. I don't
Oh,
really, I'm not really a drinker, but I'll three beer it if it's an open bar.
I just spent my time with a dirty Miss Shirley.
A dirty Miss Shirley. Now
A
help
di-
me out here, cause I'm a Shirley Temple type of girl. Now, how do you make Shirley dirty?
you usually add vodka.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay.
They have other drinks that I like, but it was at this Haitian restaurant in Elizabeth, and I forgot the names of it. I just know it had.
Wait, the reception was at a Haitian restaurant in Illinois or a place?
No, the place. No,
The
the
speed dating place?
reception was at a Sheraton in Tampa along the river. It was a very nice background.
Got you. What am I
Maybe
supposed to
with
do?
I don't know what you're supposed to do.
No, I'm doing the most right now. Like not doing the most, but I'm enjoying the confiscated treasures of my children's youth. So
Which means you have the Nintendo Switch.
nah, close. Xbox. Yeah, I've been enjoying the Xbox as of late. Which is funny because my son be wanting me to play. Oh, they coming over here. All right.
Yeah,
Because my son be wanting me to play, right? And he
hmm.
be wanting to he want me to play so he could watch me play, but I be waiting until he not around so that I could play and enjoy it without him.
Why, he's
Like,
trying to clown you or something?
nah, it ain't that he trying to clown me. Um, how many people over here? Just you? Oh, well, I could take you out. Hold on.
I'm assuming you're playing a shooter.
Yeah, I'm playing Mafia 3. This is honestly my favorite game. And it's my dad's favorite game too. And I'm pretty sure that it's gonna like remain our like favorites because you know how I feel about the 60s. I love me some anything that takes place in the 60s. And then the third one is about this black dude who He comes home from the military or from the army or whatever, and like his stepdad and his brother run some type of like, they do the street thing type, and they
Hmm.
had some issues. There was Oh, okay. I'm supposed to be shooting people from here. Let me pause it because it's going to require more attention. Um, so like, yeah, they were, running with certain different mafia crews or whatever, and they had got some help. They borrowed some money from somebody, and they, wanted the money back or whatever. So they come and they say, we're going to do this hit, and once the hit goes well, you'll get your cut plus, the interest, blah blah blah. So
Hmm.
they do the hit, they go back to his father's bar, and as the father is like, celebrating, he's like telling the guy he owes the money to, like, here's your cut, here's what I owe you, and here's some more for your troubles. As he says that, the dude just starts airing them out. So basically killed everybody, then set the bar on fire, but they didn't kill the black dude. Like they thought they killed the black dude, but they didn't. They thought they killed Lincoln, but they didn't. So now he's out for revenge on the head guy who who killed his father. But
And
he's
brother.
like, but it's like in New Orleans in the 60s. So he's got to deal with different. Like right now, I just secured the Haitian. So I got this Haitian lady and her crew, um, you know, that's gonna help me track down this dude. And I'm working on the Irish. I think they're Irish people. So now I'm with the Irish gang working on them, and then from there, I think I'm gonna go to the Italian guy, or there's some other guy I gotta go to. Basically, I'm getting all of these different crews, these different mafia crews, um to rock with me so that I could take out this big boss.
Hmm.
But I mean, who doesn't love, watching a black man just kill all of these white men in the racist 60s? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, oh, wow, this is what the other side feels like.
See.
That plus, I love when you turn the radio on, they be having the Temptations on. I love the Temptations and Supremes on. So it's good. It's good. It's good. It's a really good game. Like, honestly, it's probably like my favorite documentary. I don't even think it's like a real story, but like, because the way they set the game up, like, you'll do a couple of missions and then they'll take you to like a documentary style viewing where, it'll be like the prosecutor talking about the case, and or like you'll do a mission. There's one mission that I did where he strings the guy up to a Ferris wheel, and then he like sets the Ferris wheel to go up to the top. And so like you during the mission, like you're doing that part, but then afterwards it cuts to the documentary, little confessional or whatever. And the guy's like, yeah, we've never seen somebody string somebody up like that before. And it has like newspaper clippings of, what you just did. Basically, it's cool. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, it's my jam. So
No.
yeah, I've been playing this since, since the kids can't. So I might as well just,
Those kids who can never find their way off punishment.
bruh. It's so unfortunate, man. It's so unfortunate because oh shit, he came out of nowhere. They wasn't even looking for me no more, but he pulled up on me. But I like this gun. Um, yeah, it's so unfortunate. Like they got all right. So AJ got on punishment. I think this time she was on punishment because y'all called backup. Okay, she was on punishment because um she was on YouTube, right?
Hmm.
So I'm like, oh, I think I wasted that. So I'm like, what are you doing? Like she would go to the bathroom, act like she was in the bathroom for mad long, right? All
Hmm.
right, bet. The problem with that is I come out, she come out, I'm like, yo, let me check your iPad. What you doing? She's like, oh, I was doing Khan Academy, her little schoolwork. All right, cool. So she like, that's all I was doing. So I started looking, in the thing. I'm like, why are you lying, bruh? Like, son got Khan Academy up, but then she got YouTube in a little distance or whatever. And it's just like, fam, why?
You always lying.
You feel me? Like it's just unfortunate as hell because you on punishment for being on YouTube. Now you're going to try to sneak out and go be on YouTube again. Why? Like you just want to be on punishment, bro. Like literally, and that's what. That's why I sent you what I sent you, because it was just like that was after that. She was like, you know what, mommy, I think I need to be on punishment for like 3 months, and if you can't do three, I'm okay with two, because I need to get back to the real world. It can't just be iPad, iPad, iPad. And I'm just sitting there like eating my pizza. Like, girl, if you don't shut the hell up, like you saying that now and it sound good, but do you really mean it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
She's just a mess.
oh my God, her and then the boy,
The boy.
the
Not even the
boy.
boy.
Like I'm pretty sure you see my Instagram about his what I found in his iPod.
Huh? I remember something
So,
about him skipping school or something.
oh child,
Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, no, okay. See, it's always something. That's what I'm like, yo. It's literally always something, bro. So he don't know this. He don't know that we know this. But
oh, the porn thing.
yeah, so I was checking his his iPod to make sure that he had everything, or he was doing what he was supposed to, because he kept saying like, oh, the timer on my timer didn't go off, or whatever, wake me up, blah blah blah. So I'm like, all right, bet. And I looked in there to make sure that he hadn't been on YouTube or whatever, right? And so this guy. So I go in there, I look, and something just said, you know what? Go on and hit the private tab. Hit the private tab. That shit said busty Latinas. Yo, not on the my baby was on Pornhub. How did you find this? Like, fam. That shit said busty Latina. I see why you be in your room all the damn time talking about going to sleep at 6 o'clock. I bet you fucking are. Yeah, so my baby.
He loving some Latinas apparently.
Yo, it is funny because, like I said, we didn't tell him that we knew about it. We didn't tell him that we knew. So like we keep making jokes. So like we were saying something, I was just like, yeah, something. I know you'll be in the private tab. I know about the private tab. He didn't know what we was talking about. And that's why I told his dad, I was like, he doesn't know that we know his place. So don't tell him. So we just keep making jokes like that. Like it's jacked up, but
How is it jacked up?
because his dad, like, yeah, I know they interested, but you gotta leave them alone, bro. You don't want that problem, bro. He just sitting there looking like, what are you guys talking about? Like, you smile, like, like, when you in a place you don't understand, so you just smile and nod. Like
Hmm.
that's him. He just be smiling and nodding. And I'm just sitting there like, fam, beloved. Just my baby, like the busty Latina. Yeah. I was dying, bro. I was dying. It's like it's jacked up because I be trying to keep they business, but the shit be so funny. I just be having this shit.
Busty Latinas.
Like I can't be the only one who
Does
knows
he have
about
a
this.
little Latin? Does he have a little girlfriend that's a Latina or something?
I mean, he did have a little crush on some little girl. I don't think she. I think he had one girl was I think she was like black, and the other girl might not have been black. But he goes to like his school is in the part of Newark where um his school is in a part of Newark where you get like all of the different races.
Hmm.
So it's very diverse, oddly enough. Like it's predominantly colored. And when I say colored, I don't mean like just black people. I just mean like everybody that's there. The only white people that's really there, it might be like some like white people from like Poland or something like that type of white people. Other than that, the teachers, and then everybody else is black and Asian and all of that.
Diversity.
Yeah, so like his best friend is like I don't know.
A
I
busted
don't.
Latina.
He's brown. That's the only way I can describe him because I'm not really good with geography. Um, and I don't want to just be like, yeah, Indian, because that's But like, I'll just say he's a brown person. That's
Okay.
not offensive, is that?
No, I would just assume he's Desi, South Asian, one of them.
Yeah, because I can't. I don't want to. I don't want to say something and then be wrong. Because like I really, I need to brush up on the geography over there and stop being a typical American, a
Good.
typical entitled American. Um, but yeah, like his crew is diverse. Like so that's why he be so late with his dance moves and shit. And it'd be a little sad sometimes, but.
Oh my God, why are you
I
clouding?
feel yeah,
Hey,
I be a little sad sometimes about it, but I respect it. I get it.
I mean, it's good for when he
Uh,
gets into the real world.
yeah, like well, I told him straight up because like he was reading Imani. I don't know if you remember that book, but he was reading Imani, and
It's the basketball girl, right?
I don't remember. I know there's a boy, the boy that I'm about to talk about. I think he played basketball in there, or whatever. But uh the boy in the story, his father was like pushing for him to go to like a prestigious school, and he wanted to go, I think, to like a HBCU or something like that. He wanted to go to school with black kids. His father was like, nah. And he couldn't understand why. So like we had to talk about it, and I was basically telling him like there's gonna come a time where you're going to want to be around people who relate to you in other ways. And you know what I mean? Like, and that's just what it is. Cause I know for me, I did have white kids, as my friends when I first moved to North Carolina and everything. And it was cool until, you reach one of the moments where it's like the white kid don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things that you're going to go through where it's like you're going to be frustrated as hell because you might be singled out and they might not see it the same way because they don't share that same barrier that you face. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I told him, like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just you gotta really, understand that that's something that is gonna happen. And it happens with most kids. Most kids who feel like, oh, I don't see color and da da da, that's fine, da da da. But at the end of the day, like being realistic, you're gonna, you know what I mean? You're gonna feel it at some point or another. I always talk about that white girl that said that shit about her grandparents said that shit about my hair. And not for nothing, like it seems like the more you learn, the more your eyes are open to different experiences and different, you know, um, situations that you might face or that you have faced. Like it only takes like one experience to unlock all of these forgotten experiences that you've had. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
the small things that you overlook, the small things that didn't mean anything in the moment, and it unlocks, and the next thing you know, you're like, dang, I didn't remember that. I've been telling this story for all these years, and I didn't even remember that piece, or I didn't even remember that look on her face, like, and now I do. And so it's just like when I think back to those stories like that, personally, like it was, I much rather would have, I would have much rather grew up around more people that look like me in those years because I don't like, I just, it's just, I can feel the judgment. You know what I'm saying? I can feel the pity. I can feel the fake kindness. Like, and maybe it wasn't even fake, but it just, or may because if it's not genuine, if it's done out of like pity or out of you feeling sorry for me or you feeling, you know, like charity, then it ain't done from the heart type thing. I don't know. I look back and I'm just like, ugh.
I get what you're saying. I used to enjoy being. No, I'm not gonna say I enjoy being one of the few black people amongst my group. That shit felt very alienating. But I think at the time I didn't mind it just because I was exposed to a lot of shit that I knew if I was just around black people I wouldn't have ever learned about.
Mm. I mean, yeah, I can see that aspect too. I can see that aspect too. But I also feel like, again, this is me growing up in the South. I also feel like there was so much that I didn't get. Like
Like in
when you
me?
know when they do the whole talking about how like Black history is taught in classrooms, da 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 da. Me growing up, me being young in those white spaces,
Hmm.
like and like I said, now looking back, like you damn right, they weren't taught in the ways in which they were taught. It was just all like,
Obligation.
yeah, we here because we got to. We here. We was February. Pull out the MLK poster. You know what
compared
I'm saying? Like,
compared to going up to Newark, I remember, was it First Avenue School or something like
mhm.
that? It was Black History all the time. Your teacher was black, had her little locks in and everything.
See, and that's I needed that. And not for nothing, more kids, more Black kids need that. And that's one reason why I'm low key happy that we're not in the South right now because it's bad enough Amir is in school. You know what I'm saying? But I'd hate for him not to have a a Black person of leadership, you know, taking part in his education. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd hate, like, they be doing a post like, oh, when was the first what grade did you have your first Black male teacher? I'm trying to see something real quick. And I really be sitting there thinking about that, like, yo, I didn't have a Black male teacher until I was in the 6th grade.
When did I have a black male? I didn't have a black male teacher to West Side.
Yeah, I had. And not for nothing, I can name. I had Mr. Bailey, then I had Coach Howard. No, it was Coach Bailey, Coach Howard, Coach Bailey, Coach Howard, um, Mr. Kwame for Trig, Mr. Kelly, and Mr. Snowden. I had Coach Bailey was 6th grade. The rest of them was when I moved up here.
Hmm.
And Coach Bailey was, if I'm not mistaken, the only Black teacher, the only Black male teacher that was at that school.
Damn.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, this is real shit, bruh.
I
And
know.
not for nothing, like, Mr. Kelly and Mr. Snowden both changed my life. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And the thing, and the reasons that they changed my life were because they were the lessons that they taught. Like, Mr. Snowden was, I think it was American history, but he made sure that our focal points was on Black Americans. You get what I'm saying? So it was just like, and with Mr. Kelly, like, he was the type, all like, he'll tell you straight up, all these motherfuckers in here gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Straight like that. Straight like that. Get all up in your face. He had these gray dreads, get all up in your face. And I think that a lot of the ways in which, like, when I get mad and I'm when I yell at my kids, it's not like I feel like I'm yelling more like how Mr. Kelly would yell at us. Cause it wasn't like a I'm yelling at you because I'm mad at you. It's I'm yelling at you because before I get mad at you for not doing what I know you're capable of doing, it's more so like a disappointment, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like disappointment and hurt. Like, I'm hurt because I know that you could do better than this. You get what I'm saying? Like, just a genuine, like, I every time, like, me and, like, we ain't really have too many go at it, but it was just like I could tell that he cared. You feel what I'm saying? It was something about the Black teachers. I could tell that they cared. White male teachers that I had, no fucks given.
I remember
And
that
it's
biology
just,
teacher, the fat dude. I can't remember what his name is. He would
was he
be.
white?
He was white, heavy set, was bio, some type of science. He
At
was like,
West Side?
yeah, West Side. He was like the second floor on the right hand side.
Well, I mean, that was the biology area. The second floor in the corner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
just,
was the biology area. When I had bio, I did bio my sophomore year when I got there. When I had it, it was wow, we ran the teacher out. We ain't had no teacher. I'm sitting there thinking, like, cause those rooms was kind of like built like a like stadium almost, right? Like, They had like the
No,
rising, not
not
like
like
stadium, but like the classroom that I had in the corner. It was like if you go, like say you walk into, the hall where the security desk was, right?
yeah, that's near the gym.
Okay, but right, that hall, but on the second floor, going back, not
Oh,
toward. You get what I'm saying?
most of my classes were in the front.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that hallway, but it would be the front of the building. But if you were walking down that hallway, you'd be going the opposite way of where the security desk was,
Uh-huh.
where the
Toward,
security guard sits in the back. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, that class on the second floor in the corner, because I only had to ever be in one of those classes once. So it was like you walk in, but it wasn't like flat. You know what I'm saying? Like you walk in, you have to go up a little step, like movies almost, like how it is at the movies.
Yeah.
It was like that.
You didn't see that.
But yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I didn't have that many black teachers, and I don't. I want to say that. Yeah, we didn't have a biology teacher because I wanted to say like, yeah, I know which teacher you're talking about, but I don't think I do.
Cause she ran them out.
Yeah, oh, they did it already. Oh, okay. Couldn't figure out how to get that to do it, but I guess it just did it on its own. Cool. Um,
She just mowing people down in the mafia.
nope. Um, but yeah, like I feel like the representation was really, really made a difference, and I think it really makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that they don't, cause like I don't know, like like I said, the way that they do history, let me get around this. The way that they do history is really like how you see it on like social media is really how it be in the South, where they be like, oh yeah, you don't have to do this, like. Yeah, you don't have to teach them about Black history. Like, bro, everything we learn is white history. Everything. And now you telling me that Black history is optional? Y'all barely teach it as it is. Like, fuck it. Oh man, get out of here. Mm-mm.
But the sad thing is, even outside of like the history class, they don't make it happen. Like my dad, the few times I went to his class when he was watching me,
Mm-hmm.
that dude would bring up black artists and all types of shit during his class, and I'm just like, and I'm at Westfield or something like that at the time. I'm just thinking to myself, this is the blackest shit I've ever seen in a classroom.
And you know what? In those moments though, like we as kids don't appreciate them.
Mm-mm.
You feel what I'm saying? And I think that's where I'm at with trying to like change my kids around, like trying to do better by my kids is because like I listened to Holding Court with Ebony K. Williams and Dustin Ross, and I was listening to that when I was cooking. And they this episode that they released today, they was talking about Fred Hammond and Malcolm X. And so like immediately like she was like, yeah, sister brother Malcolm. So AJ was like, who, Malcolm X? She talking about Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? But I mean that's because everybody knows how I feel about Malcolm X, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, where was I going with that? Like, oh
Representation.
yeah, with my kids, like they're understanding more about what we did, what Black people were able to accomplish, like why we are so great, and more of it from like I can't get the words together. Like I want them to understand. Like I don't want it to be Black history. I just want it to be history.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
And
Like
history,
I want them.
well,
What you say?
and history that's their history as well, not just a foreign people.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's that's where I'm at with it. Like I just when I look back at how, it was just raining. I pushed the button and it stopped. When I look back at like how I'm like, did I do that? I don't think I did that. I've never seen that before. When I look back at like how it was when I was in school and how again like I looked at Black history like I'm excited because it's gonna feel like something, but it wasn't like Black history didn't have the same effect that it does on me now. Like it didn't have that effect on me when I was younger. But I guess that's with a lot of experience because like when you're younger, you think you're like, oh, I don't know if I should have upgraded that one. When you're younger, you're like, whatever, it is what it is. Black history, this, that, and the third. But when you're older and you have more knowledge behind you and more experience, you're like, it's
Mhm.
not, it is what it is. But like, this is important. Like, you're not finna just, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where that comes from. You're not finna just like, I don't know what you thought this was, but that's just not how we're gonna do this. Like you now I know who I am. I know more about, where I come from and things of that nature. So it's like, nah, you can't just talk to me any old kind of way. And now when I receive information, it's different. I really enjoy like I don't this game is just I love the 60s, fam. I
Mm,
love the 60s.
welcome to the 60s. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Damn, that was shotgun do the trick, buddy.
Ooh, what kind of physics engine is it using?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, is it ragdoll? Is it using like you wouldn't know? Is it ragdoll physics or no?
What are you talking about?
Like if you blow them away, do they just seem like their limbs just go
I'm
limp?
using the shotgun right now.
So if you're using a shotgun, how are they flying? Are they flying like a normal
Oh,
person?
no, this motherfucker got some kickback. I'm using a what is this? Lupara.
Ooh, we got name brand shotguns.
What's that? That shit got some kickback. Nigga, he took that hit like he was going somewhere. I'm fucking terrible, yo. This is weird shit that me and my kid do to bond, but I'm not bonding with this nigga today. Yo, I'm so over my kids, bro. Like I just have to say, like it's to the point where I wanted to just write about it, but I need people to know faster. You like, you know what I mean? Like I don't have time for everybody to wait. I mean, I don't have time to wait for everybody to see what I'm talking about. No, I need y'all to understand that these kids is driving me fucking crazy right now. Like these last couple of days, I ain't even really been like leaving I've been in the shop, I've been working. Oh, I gotta show you my the piece that I've been working on. It's almost done. It's painted. I gotta do another coat tomorrow and then put it all together. It's gonna look so good. But yeah, like I've been trying to hide from these motherfuckers. And like my son got this thing, and I don't know, it just makes me really not trust him. Where every time I walk into a room, he says hi to me. And it really just makes me feel like he's hiding something.
Probably hiding his porn.
I mean, no, because he don't have no electronics right now.
Oh,
So yeah, like he don't have no electronics right now. But it just even like it just if I walk out the bathroom and he's in the hallway, hey Shonda, like if I'm walking into the kitchen and he's in the kitchen, hey Shonda, and it's just like, bruh, why do you say hi to me every single time you see me?
he's just
It
being polite, right?
nah. If I walk downstairs right now and walk into the kitchen, he gonna say, hey Shonda. Like it's not just being polite. It feels like when he be at school, when he's supposed to be on the at school, whatever, and I walk in, hey Shonda, it be seeming like he's trying to meet the problem at the door. You know what I'm saying? Like let me meet you with a distraction so you already know not to even come this way because you done felt out the vibes. Like, nah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Mm-mm. So now I just be throwing them the deuces. As soon as I walk in, she'll be like, "Hey, Shonda," be like deuces, like just chuck a deuce, just like that, literally just like that, because I don't trust them, and these niggas know I don't trust them too.
But what? How is this relationship going to progress if you don't trust these kids?
They gotta earn my trust back. How I'm supposed to trust them if they doing the same things that got them on punishment? How am I
This,
supposed to trust them?
this is true.
The same, like literally, Amari, the same thing. Boy came off punishment. It was
Hold on,
supposed
he
to
came
be,
off punishment.
yeah, for like a whole 3 hours. Because
Okay.
it was like he was approaching the last week of punishment. I'm like, all right, teacher said that he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. I'm like, all right, bet. So I said, I'm not gonna take you off punishment this Friday. Wait till next Friday, which was the 5th of February. I'm like, all right, 5th come. I said, if I don't hear nothing from your teachers by the 5th, you good to go. You off punishment. Like, all right, bet. They get off punishment, make a plan. Oh, I'm going to my grandma's house this weekend. I've been on punishment. I haven't been able to go. Hold on. Been able to go. I'm going to my grandma's house. I'm so excited. All of this other shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
February 5th come, nothing happened. All right, cool. February 5th, 6 o'clock come, I get a text message from his teacher.
They
He
text.
hasn't turned in this assignment. Yeah, well, it's a whole little app.
Hmm.
They got a whole little app now.
Look at them fancy.
Right. Annoying as shit. Um, so yeah, they got this whole little app now, and I get a message. So I'm like, all right, bet. Now he already at his grandma's house. What am I supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? So now I gotta wait. But it's cool. Cause just know when you get back from grandma's house, you're going back on punishment. So what did I do? Put that little nigga right back on punishment. So he been on punishment. But then on top of that, again, more messages from the teacher, more messages. Did I even tell you about the conversation I had with the teacher?
No, what happened with the teacher?
Child, they had to figure out because he got to do like some type of Saturday academy now because he be not turning in his work and shit. So they trying to, oh, he's on the cusp. He could pass. He could fail, which really pisses me
What?
off because yeah, which really pisses me off because it's not a matter of he doesn't know it or he's incapable or he's stupid or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what really makes me upset because I get it if like you about to fail because you don't know the work. Like you about to fail just because you don't try. Like because you don't even apply yourself or because you too confident or too cocky. Like he be like, oh, I tried to ask for help. His idea of asking for help, help.
I'm
Nobody heard me
trying to
say help.
help me.
Right. Nobody heard me say help. So I'ma just turn this in the way it is. So I'm on the phone with the teacher. We trying to figure out where the miscommunication came from. Obviously, it came from the big boy because the teacher sends a letter saying that we're doing that they got to have what you call it the class on Saturdays.
Hmm.
So they're saying he it's a two-part class, it's English and math, but there's no English teacher for the fourth grade, so don't worry about the fourth grade. So she's saying like you're gonna be there from 10:30 to 12. So Aunt read that as there's no class in the morning until 10:30. So the next day I get a text from the teacher, hey, is Amir absent today? He's not in class. And I'm like, okay. So I'm looking at him sitting at the computer and I'm like, what you mean he not in class? So I'm like, you in class? He like, nah, class don't. No, he's like, yeah, but class didn't start till 10:30. I'm like, what are you talking about? So now we got to go through all of the what's going on with this, what's going on with that. Come to find out, his dad told him the class don't start till 10:30, not knowing that that was the Saturday class. So he done missed all of the classes in the morning, which I still don't understand because if you say like, yeah, there's no English class, and you know your English class is at 1 o'clock,
Hmm.
why are you thinking that you need to be in school at 10:30 if they say there's no English class, but your English class is at the end of the day? They ain't say nothing about them other classes in the mornings. Like what would so we on the phone and we doing a thing that the teacher bonding thing that we be doing. And
Hmm.
I'm like, all right, well, I noticed in the Google Classroom assignments, this jerk, I swear my kid is a fucking jerk. I swear, Amari. This jerk, the teacher says to him, oh, Amir, you should retake this test. So he's like, all right. No, she's like, retake the test. He doesn't say anything. So she says, why didn't you retake the test? This nigga said, I'm fine with the grade that I got.
What grade did he get?
A 40
A 40 out of what?
out of 100. His
What?
grade was a 40.
and he fine with a fucking 40.
Sir, you want to talk about somebody being so upset, man? Yeah. So he had a 40 and he like, yeah, I'm okay with that grade. I'm like, are you kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me? So yeah, he's done up for the rest of the year. I think he's on punishment for the rest of the school year.
So
I
he's
lost
just
half my money.
feeling himself right now.
I don't understand it, Amari. I really don't understand it. And like the thing is, y'all like with them, like y'all just so hell bent on trying to outsmart me to get your way. And it's just like I think that's the game for them. And it's just like y'all understand something. Y'all dumb compared to me. Like straight like that. Like you're not smart compared to me. You're not as smart as I am. I know. Cause I'm the one that's teaching y'all. You feel like that should be making me so mad, bruh. Like AJ, she don't know how to wipe her history. So, you know what I mean? She be getting caught. She be getting caught. Amir, he just figured out how to wipe his history on his laptop. Oh, this nigga was signing in the school, clocking in the school, right? Nigga
Hmm.
clocked to school 8:30 something. By 8:37, this nigga will be on YouTube. He'll
Don't
have a
they love it
tab
now when
up.
they can see that?
Exactly. He'll have a tab up. He'll have all his the tabs he's supposed to have up. Then he'll have a YouTube tab up, right?
Hmm.
I'm supposed to follow this nigga. Then he'll have the YouTube tab up. And I'm like, okay. So I went through and I was showing in all of the um all the times that okay, this time he's supposed to be in math class, this time he's supposed to be in this class. And I sent it to him going through him, and then when I gave him back his computer or whatever, like the next day I went through it and I went to search. I went to the search history or whatever. I went to the history tab and there was no YouTube up there at all. So what this nigga did was he went into the history, typed in YouTube, and then just like did a delete all. So I'm like, bruh, you still telling on yourself. Like just like no matter what you do, you're telling on yourself. So now it's like I just don't trust you, and I tell him straight up, like, bruh, I want to trust you guys so bad, but I can't. Like they are on such restriction, and it makes me mad how restricted they are. They gotta ask for anything. If it's not water, they gotta ask for it. These niggas be wanting to make all kinds of different shit. All right, that's all well and good. But then when you say, well, who left this open or who did this? It wasn't me. It wasn't me. How? How wasn't you or you and y'all the only two that's been eating fucking what did they be eating? Toast with jelly.
A
I'm
little
like, just
bit.
how, bro? Like I love my kids. I really do. But it's just hard out here for a pimp.
Damn no.
It's just hard out here, man. Parenting has been really hard these last couple of days.
Shoot.
Like super hard. And I mean, there's other things like that's been hard about parenting, and it's just like I've been really, whew, I've been going through it. It's like like Amari, I've really been going through it. Like not even witness calling the police. Don't you walk to this bitch? Oh, I punched her. She's dead. Oh, just in case you wanted to tell too. Um, the witnesses be calling the cops on you if they see you if they see you punch somebody
I
in this
played the
game.
beginning part of the game, but then it's like this is time consuming.
What this game?
When it came out a couple years ago.
It's time consuming because it's so good. Like it's other things. It's just so much. Like you know how like being a parent is hard and like just adulting and shit. It's all hard, bruh. But like lately, it's really been like I've been feeling it. Usually I would just be like, some like shit I could take it on the chin. Like as of late, this shit has been busting my ass, bro. Like I just be wanting to be by myself all the time. Like and it's hard because it's like you know your kids, you want to, give them everything and be there for them and all this other stuff. But it's just, I'm trying. I can't. I ain't fucking with them right now, bro. They just, they don't deserve me right now.
Have you ever said that to them? You don't deserve me right now.
Yes,
Oh.
because AJ ass was she quick to put me. Oh, I'm not talking to you for 5 days. Thank you.
She trying to threaten you with silence.
No, like don't threaten me with a good time. Thank you. I'm not talking to you for X amount of days. Cool. And as soon as I say cool, oh, you're okay with that? Come here, hug me. I just want love. Why won't you love me? Bruh,
What
five
kind of
days.
abusive relationship you got going on with you?
Like, all right, it's funny because like Amir, like when he calls me, like if he calls my name or whatever, he calls me by my first name, but that's because that's what he's always called me. But if he's referring to me, um, like say this nigga don't even see me right here. Like say he's talking to AJ about something, he'll say mommy. You know what I'm saying? So damn it. Just kill me. He'll say mommy. So like he'll be talking to her, he'll be like, like, oh mommy's tired. She's annoyed. Like, yo, bro, I don't like none of y'all. Move. Can't stand like I'm trying. You know what it is though? What's really making me like not want to be, dang, I lost all my fucking money by dying. Wow. It was really making me like need my distance from them is because the whole I'm not going to physically punish you. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like it's going to help. You know what I mean? Like mm, Amir is too old, in my opinion. I stopped getting, popped and whatnot at 9. So in my opinion, Amir is too old and AJ's too mature. Whereas like, because the shit she does is not, it's not like, oh, you're a bad kid. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you testing the limits. So I'm going. So yeah, so it's not like they're bad kids, but because I don't physically reprimand them when I be feeling like they need to be punished, like I don't want to be around you until I feel like you've been properly punished. And because I don't, put hands on them, it be taking a longer time for me to feel like they've been properly punished. You know what I'm saying? So I don't be wanting to be cool with them. Cause like I'd be like, you know what? All right, I'm gonna just add X amount of days to your punishment. You know what I'm saying? And they'd be like, all right. And I'd just be sitting here like, oh, you're too fucking okay with this. Like, oh, don't even talk to me right now because I don't feel like you've been punished properly. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But they always on punishment, so they're used to it by now.
Exactly. And I'm like, don't you want to do something different?
I don't think since I started hanging out with you, they haven't been on punishment.
Bruh, because I'm not arguing with you, bruh. I'm not trying to fight with you, bruh. I don't have the energy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's how I be looking at it. I don't. Like I be telling AJ, I'd be like, all right, come on, it's time to do such and such. She be like, oh, I don't want to. I'd be like, all right, put your iPad down for the rest of the day. But no, it's fine. If you don't want to do it, I'm not gonna make you do it. Just know you're not gonna touch anything that you really enjoy today. Like I'm not arguing with you, bro. You just be on punishment. And even when I say it, like it just be so like we all just be like shit again. You know what I'm saying? Like it just be like. And I told him recently, I said, yo, I'm not doing this punishment with you. Like, stop talking to me. I'm not doing this with y'all because y'all always be wanting to get on punishment and then y'all be wanting me to come around and like entertain y'all. No, forget you. I
Oh,
don't, mm-mm.
thought
But
about
mommy, what about? Nope. No. Mm-mm. Nope. Shonda, can I come watch you play? No. Mm-mm. This is fun. You're not supposed to have it.
about to buy you a Nerf gun, so every time they come out, you just shoot them like, go away, go away.
Yo, like I really be trying. I'm like, I don't know. I think AJ knows what's best for her right now. She knows she needs 3 months of punishment to get her off of her iPad thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and fulfill that for her, and hopefully, you know, She had told me that she felt like, she didn't want to talk to me for 70 days, and I told her that was okay.
For
So,
7 days. Where's she getting
yeah.
numbers from?
I don't know. I don't know.
She talking about 90 days. I'm like, you going to rehab?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen, listen. I just be over here like, okay. I told you, I like it's a lot that's going on. You know what I mean? Like it's just a lot. Um, not necessarily like a lot that's going on, but for me, I'm just like really in one of those just weird spaces of like parenting, being an adult. These things are kicking my ass right now. They're just kicking my ass right now. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Listen, this has been like between being in the garage and like actually playing the game and just like listening to music. It's been my saving grace. Cause I go to sleep and I'll be like, when I wake up in the morning before I get out of bed, I'll be like, damn, them kids gonna want to talk today.
It would have been better if they was going back to school, I would think. Well, at least for.
No, I mean, like AJ, she ain't going to school no time soon.
Oh,
Um, but Amir, we was having these problems in school, but it just seems like now he's found a loophole because again, it's literally just the distraction. This time it's the distraction of him being able to access YouTube or whatever like that, like those type of things. Like he's found little things that he can do on the computer and found ways to do it where, during class where it's like, all right, yeah, that's cool, that's cool. Whereas when he was in school, he still was having the same issues, but he was just blaming it on dumb shit. And then that's another thing that get on my nerves. Cause he's good at like scapegoating, boy. He'll hot potato that motherfucker on to somebody else in a heartbeat. It should be like, well, Mir seems to be falling asleep in class. And then you talk to him, and he said that, you guys have been, whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't bring me into this. That nigga want to stay up till 5 o'clock in the morning every weekend. That ain't me.
how? I forgot he's young. I'm like, how the fuck you stay up till 5 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, like I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some weekends where we just be like, all right, well, if y'all breaking day, just do what you got to do, type of thing. Like, because on the weekends, typically, I don't care when they're not on punishment. I don't care what you do on the weekends, as long as you don't die or need to go to the hospital or really need to ask me for anything. Then I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Um, but when they do all of that extra shit, like when you want punishment, like, all right, you want punishment. So I'm telling them, like, all right, go to bed at 11. Well, why is our bedtime so early? Because there ain't nothing else for you to do. You just want to stay up and annoy me? Hell no.
Hell, 11 is late. Most time bedtime's like 9, 10 o'clock.
Listen, my kids, they just different. They just be so different. And I mean, it's me because it's like I'm not I'm not that parent that's like, oh, you got to be in bed by 7:30. You know what I'm saying? And you sitting there looking outside like, but it's still light out. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
my mom, I don't know, she was lenient. You know what I mean? She was pretty like lenient. I think it's the weed. Like she was just pretty like, do what you got to do. Just be in bed by this time type thing. With them, like AJ's never really had a bedtime. The only reason she has a bedtime now is pretty much because Amir has one.
Mm.
When he's at school and she don't be wanting to, she be feeling quote unquote left out.
What time is left out there?
Oh, she loves a left out. She loves a feeling left out. Oh, cause I hate being left out. I'll be like, girl,
Poor
yeah.
baby.
I mean, I get it. I hate being left out too.
I get it, but a lot of the things she complained about being left out on is like, why would you even want that?
Exactly.
Like a bedtime glasses. I'm like, why would you?
Like, and she be so upset over it. I just be like, AJ, seriously, this is not This is not what you should be worried about. Like, I'm okay with being left out about certain things. Like, you can leave me out of those things. I get it. I deserve to be left out.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
This wedding had me thinking though, one of these days I really need to take dating seriously.
Here we go. Go ahead, pull out your dark cloud.
I'm not pulling out a dark cloud. It's just very weird, man, to be at a wedding by yourself.
No, see, weddings are designed to do that, though. They are designed to make you feel like you are not worthy because you aren't loving and you know what I mean? Like what they are just oh gosh. Yes, that's what they're meant to do. I can't. I mean, I'm not gonna say I can't. It's all well and good, but it's just anytime I go to a wedding, like last time I went to a wedding was 2019. I went to two. I went to one in like August and then another one in September. The one in September I went with Aunt and it it was beautiful, but then it just had me like in my feelings, like and not in the ways in which I should have been.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was just like a when I went in August though, I went with my best friend, I went with Rob, and that was just like motherfucking wedding crashers. Like you want to talk about? I mean, don't get me wrong, I had a good time at both weddings, um, but the wedding that you go to with your boyfriend will make you a little bit more emotional than the wedding that you go to with your best friend. Wedding I went to with my best friend, I mean, we had a fucking blast. Okay, first of all, you can't take two regular niggas and put a little dress up on them. They don't know how to act, bro. We ain't know how to act. We had some weed, like it was open bar, like we
Oh,
had us a time and a half, bro. Like, I mean, you want to talk about a great fucking time. I sent him the pictures from it before, and he was just like, he was like, man, we need more friends. No, he said we need to be more mature so that we can have friends who are, like in love or about to get married so that we can go to more weddings. And I was like, yeah, that's all well and good. But I mean, the truth is, everybody we know understands that love ain't shit.
why we gotta say love ain't shit?
But like we had a fucking blast, bro. But like at the other wedding, I felt all emotional and like tied tied up. Like, oh, I kind of want a wedding because it's like, uh, I don't want a big wedding. I never really was one, that was in need of like a big wedding or whatever. But I wanted it to be memorable and special. But I'm starting to feel like a lot of the things that I had envisioned for myself is just like, I don't even know if that's something that's even possible at this point or on the table. So it's like, I try to steer clear of those. But those weddings that you crash with the homies, oh man, and it was like one of our niggas had gotten married too, so we was just straight. It was just like my niggas. They all looked a hot damn mess in their tuxes. But outside of that, outside of that, but they weddings are designed because there's so much love in the air, and it makes you feel like, damn, some of that shit need to land on me.
I'm telling you, I was texting whoever would let me text him felt the whole thing.
He was probably a little bit sober too. Someone take my phone. I'm feeling love.
Yeah, I was texting the homegirl was supposed to be going with me for most of it, and it was just a lot of jokes and all that other shit. And I was just at the end of it, like, you know what? I'm getting tired of going to shit alone. I'm capable of it, but I don't want that to be like the only option I have.
No, I feel you. I mean, for me, I'm at a point now where I'm like, I told myself I'm gonna accomplish a couple more goals, and then I'm just gonna travel, even if I gotta go by myself, because I'm just tired of. I don't know. I've had so many damn like girl, it's been a week. I've had so many damn epiphanies as of late, and like just you know noticing things and about just
Mm.
noticing things about myself and about my environments and whatnot. And I'm just like, Yeah, I just feel like I need to accomplish some a little, get more shit together. But I don't. I'm okay with traveling alone, but I get why you would feel like that.
What was the difference? You have been blessed with having people around in terms of your family, friends, and all that for most of your life. Me is kind of the opposite. If I was around a lot of people, it's usually A, because we were borderline homeless, so there's no choice in the matter, or like
Mm,
with the wedding stuff, it's like I don't want to isolate myself better than I already did, so I'm like forcing myself into a situation that makes me uncomfortable.
mm. I think for me, because I wasn't always around a lot of people. When I lived down south, it was just me and my mom. It was me, my mom, and then like my grandpa. He moved in with us, but it was like miscellaneous. But it wasn't until I got up here that I really got a sense of like family and like doing things with a lot of people and stuff like that. But I ain't always cracked up to be, bro.
Hmm. I just want to know what it's like,
No, I get it.
just to see if I really don't like it or something infuriating.
Like, do I really dislike people, or is it just because I'm not around people? I think I dislike them. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think with me, especially when it came to that wedding, my issue is I don't want to be. It's like, for example, your job is mostly doing like working repairs and fixing stuff up for people, right?
hmm
So you don't want to do that shit for free for other people. You do that for work. So if my job is customer service, talking to strangers, being friendly, all that, I'm not trying to do that in my spare time for free.
exactly, exactly. No, you are absolutely right.
So as much as I liked people watching, because some of them niggas was funny and funny acting too. Um, in terms of like getting actual interaction, it's like first of all, I know I come off aloof, slightly bougie and standoffish, and these are I won't call
Slightly,
can't
slightly.
can't I have a little something, damn it?
I was just wondering where this slightly came from.
I'm trying to be better, but it's a struggle.
I come off slightly bougie. Where's the slight?
But you, I sent you pictures. They are on a different level than me. You saw my brother's tuxedo.
Yo, you know what? Everybody in your well, I could tell your brothers. I could tell who was your family. Like, I was like, this looks like a variation of Amari.
The genes are strong, and so is the personality. Except he's more of a peacock than I'll ever be.
Aw. You look like well, I ain't gonna say you look like you had a good time because I didn't see any of you, but you know.
Again, I'm just not used to it, so it's all very foreign being around that much family, not for a funeral, for a happy occasion. And
Mm,
like we've said over the past, I think we talked for more than a year now, I have this weird relationship with my father and brother, which is, as I discovered this weekend, is mostly because we have a type of family where we expect you to make the first move when it comes.
mm.
And that's how my father is, because he's a baby of his brothers. That's how my brother seems to be. And it seems to be just generally when it comes to my father's side of the family, it's like the reason why we don't talk is because you never say anything without taking on the whole idea of, I can.
Exactly. It's a two-way street. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I'm sure my brother and father loves me. It's just the way they show it is just not the best way I can
That's
receive
the
it.
thing about love languages. Because it's like, are you supposed, like, all right, say they're showing you that they love you in the best way that they know how, or in the way that, that, their love language or whatever. But it's just like, how, like, okay, if you're doing the best that you can type, it's just like, bro, I can't, what I'm supposed to do with this. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, what, I don't know how to explain it. Because it's like, when you say like I'm sure they love me, but and it's like, yeah, I know you love me, but why doesn't it feel like it? You know what I'm saying? Like, why does it feel so strained? You know what I mean? Like,
I
I
think
don't know.
But and that's why I keep thinking that dating thing, because it's like, I know, like, Two steps back because I'm saying like too many times. In terms of the love that's dependent on one another, I understand that because of my relationship with my mother. So financial dependence, survival dependence, that makes sense to me.
Mm,
Love in the form of me choosing to be around you because I enjoy you and all that type of stuff, it doesn't make sense to me because
mm,
I haven't dated before, so that doesn't come up. My father he was there, but he wasn't there to the point where I can say beyond some of the vulgar and crazy shit I say, his influence is questionable in some areas. So
mm,
it's and also maybe you understand this too. Is like I don't have like a positive like in person example of what love is supposed to be. I know it on TV, books, and movies, but as of like I know this married couple and they're happy together. This couple's been together forever. That didn't really exist in my upbringing. And when you don't see stuff when you're growing up, like what you said with the whole having a black teacher thing, it's like very foreign to you until you get older and you finally get
mm-hmm.
to appreciate it.
Right.
But even now, I know my brother and his wife are definitely happy, but they are across the country in the South. I have no idea what the day to day is for that.
Yeah. How long have they been in a relationship?
Um, they've known each other for 20 plus years.
Mm, you
How
know?
Daddy's toolbox?
Hmm.
How is Daddy's toolbox?
It's working. Like I said, I've been working on pieces. Shit. I had to it was too cold to be working outside, so I took a break. Oh, I'm going too far. It was too cold to be working outside, so I took a break. But now that the weather's been back warm, I've been back outside. So I did an end table. I had some wood and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, so I ended up doing an end table and I love it. So far it looks really nice. I gotta finish it off tomorrow. But other than that, just building and getting everything I need together. Like I said, I really want to do pop-up shops. I really want to, try to go to a pop-up shop and sell some of my shit. But in order to do that, you gotta have shit on hand. So I'm just getting my stuff together, getting all of that up. But Daddy's Toolbox is cool.
You gonna create a separate Instagram for it or keep it all under your name?
It has a separate Instagram.
Oh, sucky now.
Yeah. It's up, Daddy's Toolbox LLC. And I think it's just Daddy's Toolbox. If you look Daddy's Toolbox LLC, it'll come up, but it might just be at Daddy's Toolbox.
Daddy toolbox. Yay! Woo, you got stuff up already.
Yeah, I just posted some stuff just to because they when you do a business profile, they make you do all of that. So I just had to put some stuff up. But yeah,
Look at them cabinets.
so it's going. Things is moving. My hand has been very moist lately. Um, no, because I have like this eczema spot on my hand, and then with like it's just a regular spot where every winter I get eczema. And then on top of that, with COVID and having to wash your hands every 3 seconds and then use sanitizer every 2 seconds, it's just like my hand be drying out and it be cracking. And then like, bleeding and stuff like it should be hurting. But
Ooh,
yeah, but it's better now. Even and it's crazy because like I keep, you know, hand cream and shea butter and all of that, but because I wash my hands so damn much, if I wash my hands and then I don't put it on immediately after, man, listen, you want to talk about uncomfortable? But yeah, are we talking about any TV this week?
we have a few shows and a few movies we can go into.
Feel like this has just been a shoot the shit.
Well, I haven't talked to you, well, technically text messages, but I haven't talked
Yeah, but
to you voice in weeks.
that's true. That's true.
Hmm.
And I'm telling you about how not how terrible my kids are, but how untrustworthy they've been as of late.
Well, you know they're gonna have to go through phases where they remind you of you. Out the
Man, listen. I just like, and the thing is, the resolve. Like that's what really gets me because it's like, oh, okay, I get it. That makes sense. And then still do the other thing. It's just like, well, if it made sense, then why'd you do this? Oh, it's just because I wanted to do this. Like I said, it made sense. I didn't mean that I was going to do it. Like what?
bit. Oh,
Like these kids, bro. When that nigga said I'm fine with the grade that I received, bro, I was done, yo. I was done.
with a 40,
40, bro.
even a passing grade.
Like, and she was like, I was like, yeah, because I had seen the message of that. She was like, I want to say, did she? I don't know if she called me Miss Sterling. She's like, did you even see what the grade was? And I said, nah, because I was just so, upset. She was like, yeah, it was a 40. And I said, he didn't want to fix a 40, bruh. I'm so like, man, what, I don't know, man.
Someday things gonna get easier.
Right?
Hey, kid pride.
Things to get right. Oh yeah. Because baby,
Ooh, child.
parenting is parenting, I'm not gonna say is super hard, but like it's it's better to have a game plan, you know what I'm saying? Or to have some type of idea because it sound good at first, and then when it comes to like, yeah, she hold the baby and oh, he's so amazing. I don't want to give him up. Now, all right, now dynamic done changed. Oh, now this my kid. You just a you just a shopping cart. These my groceries.
Just a shopping cart.
Yeah, you know what?
Mm.
You have to get friends that's just friends. Like you don't see any more of a potential then.
I do.
You need more friends, or you need to not consider those that you see potential with. You need to not consider them friends and just consider them something different. Find a different word for them.
I don't know. I always had
Like
to.
my thing is this. For my thing is was always if like with my because I've always had male best friends. So my thing has always been if you because when I was younger, I would like if I liked you and you didn't like me back, I would just make you my best friend. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
think that's
now,
I'm
you,
in.
huh?
I think that's the stage I'm in.
Yeah, but see now, um, or in these years of my life, it doesn't work like that. If I call you my best friend, I'm not crossing that line ever again. So like with Rob, like that's my male best friend, but I see no type of nothing with him. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't have any kind of like feeling like that toward him, and that keeps him one of my safe spaces because I have no desire to pursue that in any other way. He doesn't see me in the darkest of my days. And, usually when people see you in those lights and you're like, okay, you see me and you don't think I'm crazy or whatever like that. Nah, you start to kind of get like, oh, you saw me, you didn't think I was crazy. Now I gotta like, I need to be around you. I like you more, whatever. No, 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 no. You saw me when I was crazy. You didn't think I was crazy. You still around. I need you in my life for that reason alone. Not because I want to be with you. I don't want to jeopardize that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm at that point where I can differentiate. But with you, you got to figure out the dynamics of the friendships or how deep they are. Or, find a new label terms or something.
I think again, I feel so fucking stunted in life.
Why?
I was thinking about what you said about how I have most of my life on autopilot. It's been stuck in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that a lot of dysfunction I have is just because I completely skipped on investing and developing one whole part of myself. So now that I'm at this stage in my life, it's like the whole foundation is fucked up. It's stable, but it's fucked up to the point where if the wrong things is said is done, I'm just gonna probably crumble in a way.
Mm,
Hence why every winter I'm usually a hot ass mess.
mm. I just need to know why the police is right on top of me. How y'all niggas know I was here?
It's the '60s, so ain't like there's no any cell phones to snitch on you.
Yeah, this fucked me up. I didn't think this through.
I
Okay, I
think
didn't think this through very well. Yeah, they took me out. All right, I only had $118. That's crazy. But yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I don't know what you need, Amari.
I
I know you need something and I know you want some things, but I can't figure out because I feel like you fight so much of yourself.
to a certain degree that would
Is it like a scared thing?
I think it's because, and I'm just comparing this to the old days, I don't have that secure person in my life.
Mm,
Shit really went down. I
mm-hmm.
feel that I have somebody, even if I had fallen my ass on my own, that somebody's going to be there to just say,
Right.
you okay? You need a hug, something like that.
Right. No, I get it.
Way that it's not like we both fucked up in the situation. You know what I mean?
No, I definitely get it.
Because I remember when I had
You
a,
you just want a person.
yeah,
Yeah, you
and
just want
I,
a person.
and
I
I
think
think,
we all just want that.
yeah, someone who's not going to judge you, but more so ask questions like, how did you fuck up? Not that you are fucked up, but how did
You feel me? Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. I get it. I definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Just someone to like rehab. Like my cousin and his wife, they get on my nerves. They so damn nerdy and cute together. Oh, they make me sick. Like in their house, they have a quote unquote quiet room, and it's just a TV. I mean, it's no TV. It's just like their living room. It's like a formal living room, but they call it the quiet room. And every day when they get home from work, they meet in the quiet room and they talk about their day. Like they just unload to each other. And I'm like, ugh,
that sounds so
how
cute.
fucking adorable is that?
That's goals.
It is. That is goals. That is fucking goals. Like, I wish I could just come out of the garage, like, and that's what I really just be feeling like so defeated. Like, not defeated, but just I'll be working myself in that garage. And when I'm finished, like, I just be like, dang, I just want to melt into some arms. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like, you want a person. So I get it. But then you realize, like, people, like, dang, how can I get a person without people?
Yeah, because the problem is to find that person, you have to interact with a whole bunch of people to find
And you
out.
feel me? Like, ew.
And my black ass who wants to invest in anybody that gives me time and attention. Shit.
Oh my God, I was just talking about that. I'm like, it's so deadly. It's such a dangerous thing. You know what I mean? Like when you don't have or when you've been without a certain feeling for a while and then you get it, it's so dangerous because you immediately think like, oh, this is it. Let me go ahead and give my all to this. And you're like, I don't think I was supposed to do that.
And on top of that, there's the fear. I think, especially because I'm about to hit fucking 30, there's that fear of since it hasn't happened yet, and it suddenly happens now. I have to work very hard to keep it, even if it seems kind of fucked up. Because I'm
I don't think so.
back again. But that's me.
I listened to my Yala Van Zant thing, and she like I listened to uh that one speech so much, but she was saying like don't think that because it's always happened that way that it has to continue to happen that way, and don't think that because it hasn't happened that it's not going to happen, or you know what I mean, like basically. And all of those things, all of those doubts that we carry, don't think that that's just the way it has to be because it's not, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I get it, but I don't think I think we just got to kind of grow out of our own confines, our own restraints. But again, people. Like it's
Oh,
it's it's such a good idea, but people. That's like uh that Sam J stand up where she was like, yeah, I really want to be more into the women's movement, but then she's like, I really would be a feminist, but white women. It's just like I get it, bro. It's like I get it.
it's very much tempting. Like next time they do that blindfold thing, I may just do that shit again.
If you do though, can we just move in it with the intention of, you know
Oh,
what I'm saying? And just not you being like, nah, this ain't it.
first of all, the only thing I was venting about to you is how late it was starting. Otherwise, I was participating. I made people laugh, giggle, at a
See,
good.
this is the first that you're really saying these things. Now is I had a great time. I just told you that it sucked ass, but it didn't really.
I don't recall making it sound like it sucked fast though. I just
It sounded, well, maybe like I don't know. It sounded very much
most
like you
people.
did not enjoy yourself,
No,
and
the
that
main
we would be insane for even thinking that you might enjoy yourself.
don't get it twisted. I figure out a way to get my kicks, even if I'm just half the time venting because I need to vent. I don't have anyone else to vent to, and I'm not going. And I go places by myself half the time, so it's like I'm going to text somebody. Let me get this shit off real quick.
I get it. I mean, I don't see you have people to text. I don't really be having that many people to text, but I I I'll look at my phone and just be like, you know what? Fuck it. We gonna have us a good time. About to go in here and make some friends. Do I know these niggas? Nope. These my friends now? Yup. But you got it though. I think that if you decide that you really do want to date,
Hmm.
like, because I don't think that you really do right now. I think that it's still just like a thought playing around in your head.
So weird thing to have a thought in your head for like 17 years.
It's just like I want to believe that, but because it's just the way you act, or not the way you act, but the thought process that you have is like, your thought process in regard to dating. And I don't know, I just feel like you carry that great cloud of doubt with you, and I think
It's only
it starts to make me wonder, like, do you even want to really date, or do you just want like a homie, a little companionship, if you will?
I think the thing is at this point is there's so much anxiety behind it because it hasn't happened. It's kind of like what either you said or maybe I thought to myself, or you get so comfortable being alone that it's like the alternative is so scary.
Mm.
And so I become just from like my own like mental health, like so used to the idea that I ain't gonna find nobody. That the idea of actually finding somebody brings up a overwhelming amount of anxiety and thoughts
Oh,
between
listen, I get that part.
I have to change for them in terms of my social habits.
And see, that's the thing. And I keep saying it. This is why I see more and more as to why older people who are single just be like, I'm just gonna be single. It's just like, you sure you don't be lonely? I'm fine. Because then once you get so set in your ways, you be like, bro, I'm not trying to change who I am or who I'm comfortable being now because I got to make you fit into my life. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I get it both ways. But I hope that you don't get to that point though, even though it seems like you're getting close to it, because you
Yeah,
so much of your life it just works. You've got it all set up so that it just works the way that you need it to. So it's like, you have to find somebody. I don't want to say you have to find someone, but like idealistically, you would want someone who can kind of fit into the space that you would create for them.
yeah. Oh, the way I was talking to my friend about it, it would have to be somebody who has their own fucking life that just want to share time. honestly.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I
Cause I,
like that share time.
cause I,
I want to share time with people.
yeah, cause
I
this,
don't like people.
I'm not trying to integrate, get into your family thing, go to your church and all that other extra shit. It's like all I want to do is family shit, go out like ooh, like I'm going to this Van Gogh exhibit, something in New York. It's this Van Gogh exhibit where it's,
There you go. That's the way I cut his ear off, right?
you tearing somebody's ear. Yes, that's him. I was about to say you
Like,
take
yeah, you got it. You know what the hell I meant.
yeah,
Ear, Van
yeah,
Gogh, ear. That's all
uh,
you need to know. Yeah, him, ear boy.
yeah, the one who did Starry Night and the one with the daisies.
Mm,
Um,
yeah, him.
sometime in August I'm doing that, and I was thinking to myself like, who can I invite this to? And I was like, everybody who I know, either they don't live near here, they have no interest, so it's like it's just having company, not somebody I actually want to share a memory with. You know what I
Well,
mean?
you know they have like apps just for like friending people. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing: I don't want a new friend because
I feel you on that one.
at this point in my life,
You
I'm
know, if anybody if anybody feels you on friendship, it'd be me.
and I know the way I am. I'm not trying to make a new friend. I'm trying to make something that's like significant and serious.
Mm,
And I don't want no guy friends because guys, the last time I had a guy friend, all that did was end up getting into shit. I was keeping them from getting into shit.
mm, see, I'm not.